的检验检疫局在对一船从美国进口的5.7万吨大豆实施检验检疫的时候，检出混有蓝色种一剂大豆含有3种农药成分。
Day in cross-strait ties, a pair of giant pandas given to Taiwan as gifts by the mainland have arrived in Taipei from Sichuan province. Tuan Tuan and Yuan Yuan were promised to the island more than 3 years ago, but political wrangling had delayed delivery until today.
An early morning start for giant pandas, Tuan Tuan and Yuan Yuan in Sichuan province on moving day. A last breakfast at their place of birth and an emotional farewell from some of their carers. This woman, who has been looking after the 2 pandas for years, says she has been with them during several relocations, but this time it was goodbye forever. Pomp and pageantry at Ya'an, where the pandas have been kept since the May 12th earthquake, and about 1,000 people lined the streets to see them off. A team of vets and carers accompanied the pandas to Taiwan to help them adjust to their new home, and they have brought along the type of bamboo the pandas are usually fed on in case they would take time to get used to their new diet. On arrival in Taipei this afternoon, the animals that symbolize ties between the mainland and Taiwan were escorted to a zoo where they will undergo a thorough health check. The animals will also be quarantined before being unveiled to the public around the Chinese New Year holiday. Tuan Tuan and Yuan Yuan, which together mean reunion in Chinese, were promised as a gift to Taiwan soon after this historic meeting between President Hu Jintao and then Kuomintang Chairman Lian Chan in Beijing back in 2005. But the delivery was delayed by politics, mainly by former Taiwan President Chan Shui-bian's government claiming the zoo wasn't ready. Cross-strait ties started to improve after Ma Ying-jeou came to power in May this year, and Taiwan was finally ready to welcome the very special envoys from the mainland. Giant pandas have been given to the United States and a number of other countries as gifts of diplomacy over the years. But a drop in the number of one of the world's most endangered species in recent years meant the mainland no longer gives away pandas. Mainland officials, though, say Taiwan is an exception because Tuan Tuan and Yuan Yuan are simply moving to another part of the motherland.
3 Chinese Navy ships will set sail this week for waters off Somalia to protect vessels and crew in the area against pirates. It's the first time in recent history that the country has deployed warships for a potential combat role far beyond its own territorial waters. A Navy spokesman said the mission is a sign of China's positive attitude in fulfilling its international obligations.
2 Chinese destroyers and a supply ship will leave Hainan Island on Friday for the Gulf of Aden off the coast of Somalia. Their mission to protect Chinese vessels and their crew against increasingly rampant piracy along this important shipping route. Pirates in the region have made an estimated $30 million through hijacking and plundering some 40 vessels in recent months. A Chinese Defense Ministry spokesman said the Navy would also help to ensure the safety of ships carrying humanitarian relief material for the United Nations World Food Programme and would be willing to strengthen cooperation with ships from relevant countries. Xiao Xinyan, the Navy's Deputy Chief of Staff, said the mission shows China's positive attitude in fulfilling its international obligations and the People's Liberation Army's capability in handling security threats. The warships are equipped with missiles, artillery and 2 helicopters. The dispatch is in compliance with a resolution adopted by the United Nations Security Council last week calling for international help to fight piracy in Somalia.
Australia has pledged to review its tough anti-terrorism laws. This follows a government-ordered inquiry into the bungled case of an Indian doctor wrongly linked to attack plots in Britain last year. The inquiry found that Australian federal police had no intelligence to justify the arrest of Muhammad Hanif. 29-year-old Hanif was working.
当他置身风驰电掣般行驶的列车里时，